Hello, welcome back. This is AOTP with Corey and Sean.
Yes.
Welcome, new viewers, old viewers. If you've seen us before, great. If you're new to the show, good for you. The older viewers will notice that we have upgraded our set. We have a new production company in T-Ray Productions that is handling our business. So we are trying to do what is best to give you the best possible show we can give you,
or the worst.
Depending on how you look at it, could be the worst. I mean,
if you're here for the bad stuff, we'll give that to you as well.
Oh yeah, we'll have plenty of that. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of turds dropped here and there.
No. Yes, and a lot of degeneracy.
Yes, lots of degeneracy, especially if you watch the opening intro, which I thought was a great piece of T-Ray production work. They really did a good job on that, and we thank them for it. One of the things we used to not discuss would be politics and all that stuff, but this time where we're kind of doing a reset.
Some crazy stuff's going on.
Yeah, like that it's so, in the news right now, you cannot get around it, so we're not going to either, and we're not going to try and get around it. And that would be this Trump conviction bullshit. I mean,
who is this Trump guy?
Trust me, I'm like a smart person.
Donald Trump, he was once president, 45th president of the
Wasn't
United
he on the
States.
WWE?
He was. Took a Stone Cold Stunner at WrestleMania.
I'd seen him somewhere.
And he also coined the term, "you fired."
Yeah, that's what pisses me off about Trump is, had he not run as a Republican, he would still be one of the most popular human beings on the planet, because before that, when he had The Apprentice, it was the hottest show on TV.
Did he fire people from wrestling?
No. He got into an argument with Vince McMahon because Vince McMahon was going, "You're fired," and Trump, all he had to do was, "You're fired."
Yeah.
It's like, but he had the hottest show on TV. Everything he touched was pretty much, gold.
He had rap songs written about him.
Yeah.
I mean,
he was the guy who's like, oh yeah, everybody, they were idolizing. That's who they aspired to be. Then he ran as a Republican for president. And he is the most criminal piece of shit on the planet, according to those very same people that loved him before he ever said, "I'm going to be president of the United States." I mean...
Well, he was never considered racist until June of 2015.
He received the Ellis Island Award for his contributions to the black community. And he was in the same picture with Rosa Parks and Muhammad Ali, two prominent black activists over the years. I mean, you can't tell me the guy's racist, but that's what they were clamoring. That's what they started with. And then it was the whole grab her by the pussy. Everything they were trying to do was just like the most ridiculous shit. And they continue to do it. I mean, it was laughable at best.
And then now with the verdict, they've got him on quote unquote 34 felonies, but they can't exactly spell out what those felonies are.
They didn't even go for like misdemeanor charges. They're all felonies. Well, what? Well, he's guilty of them. Yeah, we knew that before, and actually now we know that for sure. The jury members knew that before.
Yeah, because one of the jurors' cousins.
Spoiler alert!
Like, he didn't just shoot him in the foot; he fucking deep-throated that barrel and blew out his spine. Like holy shit!
I mean, he put it out there that, oh yeah, my cousin's a juror, and he said that he is for sure going to be guilty.
In a letter, Judge Juan Merchant says the court became aware of a comment that was posted on the Unified Court System's public Facebook page. This comment said, quote, "My cousin is a juror and said Trump is getting convicted."
Like, well, you probably shouldn't have put that on your fucking Instagram, you dipshit.
I ain't gonna lie, though. Part of me really wants that to just be some random person lying for clout just because of how funny it would be. Because being on I know you're not much of an internet person.
No, I'm not.
But that's one of the big tropes on the internet of people just lying about stuff just to be like, oh, well, I want to be cool. I want to be in the spotlight. Talk about me. It's like, my cousin.
Tucker
My dad
Max.
works for Nintendo.
Well, that would be funny.
He
but-
said that we're getting Sub-Zero in Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah, you always get always get those. Yeah.
morons.
You get some dumb bastards on there doing that shit.
Well, the fact that this one has already gone up to the judge, and the judge had to issue the letter in regards to this, and it's pretty much, well, there's no case here anyway. So now you're telling me the jurors are corrupt. Well, no shit. Anybody could have told you that
They're from
the
New
get-go.
York.
It's like, yeah, he's being tried in New York for hush money paid to a porn star, which is not illegal.
And he wasn't president when he did it.
Hold on. He's on charge for 34 felonies. Is on house arrest for paying off his side hoe. Is he our real first black president?
All we need is a sting video of him him doing crack, and yeah, he would absolutely work as the mayor of New York.
Hell yeah.
Well, what's funny is, there is video of
Of him doing crack?
No, of a son of a current sitting president doing crack.
Hey, no.
They can't.
Hunter's trial is different.
They couldn't figure out who that was. The White House investigators said that they couldn't.
The cocaine in the White
Yeah,
House?
they couldn't. They said they couldn't figure out where that came from. So.
Oh well, yeah.
Even though Hunter had just stopped by and left. Huh.
Well, I figure if it was him, they would have found it, right?
No, I figure like.
Oh, they were definitely looking.
I guarantee, like when he saw it on the news, he's like, "God damn it, that's where I left that shit."
Shit, I hope they didn't throw that away.
Like, God damn it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so amazing to me that the media will focus so much on the imaginary crimes of Donald Trump more so than they do the actual crimes of Biden, and the Biden family's just a fucking mess.
I'm saying, I don't feel like that's weird at all. That should be a given because
it is. It doesn't surprise me.
The news stations are just political mouthpieces.
Yeah.
Fox for the Republicans and all the other ones
Fox
for the
is
Democrats.
not so much for the Republicans anymore.
No, they're not. The Fox, absolutely. They want Democrats in office just because that way they can bash them. And it gets them ratings.
Fox, that's it. That's all they have. All they look for is content, and they get more out of their pundits or whatever bashing Democrats.
Yeah, and because if a Republican's in office, they're like, well, Donald Trump, he built a wall.
I mean, remember the election? They were the first to call a couple of those states for Biden that hadn't even been decided yet.
And then also, if you notice too, the way that they called them, the states for Biden versus Trump, was really telling as to what they want. Because they would say Biden claims victory in New York, and then whenever Trump would win a state, they would be like, well, Trump overtakes the opposition in Georgia, and it was like they made it seem like Trump was coming up over the hill with a sword, like just lopping off heads.
But yeah, I know what you're saying there. They were celebrating like Biden takes New York. Well, that's a fucking blue state, so that's really not a shock. Nobody. It's like Biden takes California. Anybody surprised?
I'd hope so.
Oh no, but
I would certainly fucking hope so.
Oh no, but I just meant that it's the way that they announced either one, because they would say because one of them, I forget what it was. They said Trump topples like Tennessee or whatever, one of the states he won. But they were making it seem like he was physically going to these states and invading them and like enslaving the people. But then Biden was freeing everyone, and this was Fox doing it too.
My favorite was when Trump won Florida, and they made it seem somehow less legitimate in the way they worded it.
Well, that's because people have just started hating on Florida ever since after COVID. Everyone's just like, oh man, Florida's you've got the crazy Florida man, but it just turned into after COVID when they were like, actually, we're not going to do all this crazy stuff. It turned into it's like, oh well, it's a shit state. It's like,
well, if you've ever played the Florida Man game, my Florida Man game.
Coastal?
No, it's where you
Coastal 2.
You go on Google, you type in Florida Man, and then put your birthday in there. Mine is a man tried to rob a convenience store with an alligator.
Nice.
But
We're off topic again.
Yeah.
Though. We need to talk
That's
about...
all. That's all. We're all over the place.
But
yeah,
no-
we are, but we need to talk about this trial and basically the ramifications of what comes out of this in regards to...
It's like forget the political parties.
Yeah,
What's going to happen to like the average person?
yes, regardless of your political affiliation, this is scare the absolute shit out of you.
They weaponize the court system to go after a political opponent. That sounds oddly familiar. I mean, Sean would definitely know who we're talking about, wouldn't you?
No.
Ich in diesen Jahren für dich eingesetzt habe, dass ich anständig meine Zeit verwendet habe.
Yes, you would. Don't give me that 9.
Ich bin ein Berliner.
But yeah, that's what we're talking here. We're talking about that and like the Stalin regime, in that this is how you deal with the people that oppose you politically, is you take them to court and you put them in jail and you do all this shit. Mm-hmm. Like, if they can do that to a former president.
They'll say it's like, oh, it's just Trump because he's bad, until next year when they have somebody, or not next year, next election cycle, when they have somebody else that isn't part of the uniparty stuff. Because it's... Let's be real with this. There isn't really Republican and Democrat. You have people that are part of the system, and then you have people that aren't part of the system.
George Carlin said,
It's a big club, and you ain't in it.
That's honestly, yes, that's the best way. Is like, here we are not even outsiders. We're just, nothing to them. I mean, they don't have to consider us because they have all the power.
yeah. And I don't know.
Until we make some funny edits and put them on the YouTube channel. Then they'll have to worry about us.
It's like, all we can do is hope that they don't come after, free speech more than what they do already. I mean, we know that YouTube's bad about that.
Once we make them the soy jack and us the Chad, they're done for.
What? The fuck was that?
Don't worry, Kate. I'm gonna tell Casey that he's got to put a picture up, and hopefully
what the fuck was that about? What the hell? What?
I know what he's talking about.
Well, tell me what he's talking about.
Gen Z shit, and it's a whole thing.
I'll show you some after the episode.
Ugh, nerds.
You don't even like nerds.
You're right. I don't. You're right. I don't like nerds.
But no. Yeah, absolutely. Like, with Trump and doing all of this, like, people who are cheering for Trump being convicted, yeah, it might be fun that it's a guy you hate now,
and then all your businesses start leaving because they're like, oh, you're just gonna seize his assets, are you?
Yeah, because that's what they like in Canada started doing that after the trucker convoy, and they started seizing personal bank accounts.
Get me some Mortons.
And if that's what they're doing now, they're talking about seizing Trump's assets and basically like ruining his livelihood, and everything else. Like, that should scare the shit out of you. Like, that's literally what dictators do.
They're talking about all this when they know for a fact that no legitimate crime it took place in this.
Well, even the stuff that they actually said that he did, the little bits of...
They're misdemeanors.
The misdemeanors.
You're going to get a slap on the wrist and maybe a small fine.
Yeah, at most. And they're trying to turn them up to felonies, and they're trying to put him in Rikers and everything.
That's it. They're trying to give him the most punishment for fucking white-collar crimes. And it's like, this is not how this country was set up to work.
No.
It's supposed to protect everybody, whether you're successful or not. And
in fact, this country was set up to work completely different than that.
Yeah, that seems like the polar opposite of what we were going for.
As George Washington would say, I'd be dropping bodies by now, motherfucker.
Yeah, and you know what?
Probably, maybe.
Maybe not in those. You're just paraphrasing, right?
Is that before or after he invented the peanut?
That was after.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Again, he was just paraphrasing.
Yes.
But I mean, we got it all fucking wrong, and I mean, and it's just for the fucking political nonsense that's driving all of it.
Yeah.
I mean, this whole New York court case, the mayor come out and said, Well, you don't have to, like, if you're a business owner, you don't have to worry about coming to New York or bringing your business to New York because we're going to treat you differently. Or maybe it was the governor. It was the governor of New York said, well, you don't have to worry about this because this was just because it was Trump. And I'm like,
So
as long as you march in lockstep with the governor, you're
yeah.
good.
So
that's
like-
100% it.
it's like, sir, you said the quiet part out loud.
Yeah, it's like I don't think that was supposed to be public knowledge from you. That's something we're supposed to read on the internet.
Yes, people are just supposed to think that you are completely 100% biased. You're not supposed to actually admit to it.
Yeah, you shouldn't admit to it. But I mean, bias coming out. I believe you're the one that pointed it out to me. CNN came out and said, and CNN, their motto as a channel is "Orange Man Bad." CNN says,
Yeah, we're on like
if this wasn't Donald Trump,
on like 9 years almost.
Yeah.
That's been their whole like thing. Like once Trump is out of the picture, they probably just fall apart as a news channel.
that's it. Their premise is Orange Man Bad, and they even said if this case was not Donald Trump, there would not be a case.